Hello everyone! Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Magandang gabi, depende kung anong oras nyo po ito pinapanood. At welcome to our channel para sa mga bago pa lang na bumisita sa ating bahay. Welcome po sa bahay ni Teacher Rocky at sa mga ating suking subscriber. Welcome back! It's always I'm always grateful po to have you here and to have you back. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta. And with that, syempre, nasa Objective 14 na po tayo. Tama po ang inyong nakikita sa ating title. Nasa Objective 14 na po tayo ng ating RPMS serye for 2023. Yay! Isa na lang! Matatapos na tayo. Isa na lang, last objective, Objective 15, and we'll be done with our RPMS portfolio. And with that, paalala ko lang po, after na Objective 15, ay ilalabas na po natin for free, of course, lagi naman, ang ating RPMS portfolio for proficient teachers, complete with sample MOVs and annotation. Editable, okay? So, papamigay na natin yan for free again para sa lahat ng ating suking subscribers. At syempre, katulad ng sinabi ko sa Objective 13, paano kayo makaka-avail ng ating RPMS portfolio complete with MOVs and annotation? All you have to do is to put a comment. Mag-comment lang po kayo from Objective 1 up to Objective 15. Ayan, dapat meron kayong comment yan. Nag-umpisa na po ako mag-record ng mga comments mula Objective 1 to Objective 15. Tama po, ganun ako kabusisi. Iniisa-isa ko po yan. Ayan, wala talagang magawa si Teacher Rocky. Ano? Pero na-check ko po yan, na-record ko po yan. Nag-umpisa na po ako mag-record. And yes, ang makaka-avail po ng ating RPMS portfolio complete with MOVs and sample annotations are those who completed the comments from Objective 1 to 15. Ayan ha, maliwanag po yan. And of course, you have to submit your request. Kailangan ma-submit nyo yung request sa ating Teacher Rocky Facebook page, okay? So, sa Teacher Rocky Facebook page, i-message nyo po ako if you want to avail. And then, i-check ko po kung kumpleto ang inyong comment sa ating RPMS serye. Saka ko po isi-send sa inyo yung ating complete RPMS portfolio. Ano po? So, pag pumunta naman po kayo dun sa ating Facebook page, paano pwedeng paki-like and follow na din yung ating Facebook page? Kanina ko lang na-realize, I was checking that Facebook page. Ito na naman si Teacher Rocky, nagdaldal na naman. Kanina ko lang na-realize, kasi I check, ang followers ng Facebook page, 562 pa lang. Nung i-check ko, kung ilan na yung mga messages ko dun sa messenger ng Facebook page, 1,000 plus na. Ha? 1,000 plus na yung nakausap ko at nasendan ko na iba't ibang template. Pero hindi pala lahat yun nag-like at follow. Nakakalungkot naman yun. Baka naman pwedeng paki-like and follow nyo na rin po yung ating Facebook page para masaya. Kanina ko lang na-realize yun. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. Naisipan kong tingnan at i-check. Ayan. At lumabas sa bolang kristal na madami ang nag-request at nag-send ng message sa atin. At nabigyan natin ng request na hindi nag-follow. Hindi ko alam. I-check ko pa ba yun kung isa-isa? Tingnan natin. Anyway, so yun po yung ating announcement para sa ating objective, para sa ating complete RPMS portfolio. Ano po? Ayan, diretso na tayo sa ating video for Objective 14 para matapos na natin to. Siyempre, umpisahan natin to with our pa-shoutout. Lagi naman, di ba? So, this time, medyo mahaba-haba to. Don't worry kasi ang ating video naman ay hindi masyadong mahaba. So, I would like to start with Ma'am Cristina Torla. Sabi niya, maraming salamat po, Teacher Rocky. Pagpalain ka palalo ng ating Panginoon sa pagiging matulungin mo. Malaking tulong po sa akin at iba pang mga kapwa kong guro ang mga video niyo po about RPMS. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Cristina. Feel ko yung message. Oo. Salamat po sa prayers. Thank you so much. And we have from Ma'am Marilyn Figares. Hello po, Ma'am, sabi niya. Hi po. From Ma'am Maria Deborah Caranto. Happy Mother's Day po. Salamat po. Thank you po. From Ma'am Rosalina Licopa. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. From Ma'am Christina Mandapat. God bless po sa inyo lagi, Ma'am. Maraming salamat po. From Ma'am Donna Jane Ignacio. Happy Mother's Day po, Teacher Rocky. Thank you. From Ma'am Elisa Mijares, Happy Mother's Day, Teacher Rocky. Ang dami kong Happy Mother's Day. From Ma'am Rosemary Espina, hello po, Happy Mother's Day po. From Sir Romeo Makahilo, hi po, I learned so much for you, mabuhay po. Thank you so much po, sir. And from Ma'am Bernadette Irma Cabalya, Happy Mother's Day po, enjoy and keep safe po. Sa inyo din po, ma'am, thank you so much. And we also have from Ma'am Maria Cecilia Puertoliano. Thanks much and Happy Mother's Day. Thank you po. From Ma'am Maria Alma Ricafort. Hello po, Teacher Rocky. Maraming salamat po. You're welcome po. And from Ma'am Sheila Marie Ordonio. Thanks, Teacher Rocky. Happy Mother's Day din po. Thank you. Thank you so much. From Ma'am Maria Melinda Bareja. Thank you very much, Teacher Rocky. Happy Mother's Day. God bless po. Thank you. From Sir Jose Brazil Vencito. Wow, objective 13 na po tayo. Malapit-lapit na po tayo. Thanks again, Teacher Rocky. More blessings. Thank you po, sir. Ito si sir talaga. Ang sipag-sipag mag-comment. Thank you so much, sir. At objective 14 na po tayo. Isa na lang. Yay! Sir, pa-check mo yung objective 1 mo. Parang wala kang comment sa ating objective 1. Pa-double check lang kung tama ako. Thank you po. Ma'am, and from Ma'am Lovelyn Idago, sabi niya po, hello po, and then another one, sabi niya, Happy Mother's Day po. Thank you so much. And we have from Ma'am Chris Pearl Washington, thank you po a lot. You're welcome. And we also have from Ma'am Elsa Carlos, Happy Mother's Day po. Thank you. And from Ma'am Rubilyn Dominguez. Hello po, ma'am. Sorry po, ngayon ko lang kasi napanood tong video nyo. I am very much interested po kasi alam ko na makakatulong ito sa akin at sa marami pang teachers. God bless you more. Thank you po, Ma'am Rubilyn. Sabi ko, Ma'am Rubilyn, baka naman hindi naka-bell all notification bell mo. Pa-check mo notification bell mo kung may ganong line sa magkabila ng bell. Baka kaya ngayon lang lumabas sa inyong sa YouTube nyo, ngayon lang na-suggest sa inyo kasi hindi kayo naka-bell all. Ayan. Kaya nga lagi kong sinasabi that when you hit the notification bell, be sure to hit that bell all button para hindi po tayo mahuhuli sa mga update ng ating RPMS. Okay? Ayan ha, from now on, mag-bell all na tayo para hindi tayo nahuhuli. Next one from Ma'am Grace Irene Rebuyas. Happy Mother's Day po, Rocky. Very late na yung greetings ko. Medyo na busy konti. That's okay. Thank you so much, Ma'am Grace Irene. From Sir Rogelio Pascual. Hello, ma'am. Hi po. From Ma'am Juveline Piscos. Salamat, Teacher Rocky. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you po. From Ma'am Limona Barriga. Eager to listen po. Thank you so much, ma'am. And from Ma'am Maria Cecilia Organo. Hello po, Teacher Rocky. I've been watching you since last year po. Thanks for always sharing your thoughts po. You're welcome po at maraming salamat po for following. Okay? And that's it for our pa-shoutout. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And I'm expecting more comments by Objective 15 po. Siguraduhin kung maikli lang yung ating explanation video to giveaway para sa ating pa-shoutout. Ayan. Thank you so much po. And without further ado, let's move on to the explanation of objective number 14 of RPMS tools for proficient teachers for school year 2022 to 2023. Okay, let us discuss today objective number 14, second to the last objective from our RPMS tool for proficient teachers for school year 2022 to 2023. And of course, this is another non-classroom observable indicator. Set professional development goals based on the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. Actually, ito namang objective na to ay laging kasama sa ating RPMS. No matter what guidelines we follow, kaya ito ay alam na natin. So, this objective is under KRA 5, personal growth and professional development. Our objective, set professional development goals based on the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. And the means of verification, meron tayong 4. 1, certification from the ICT coordinator, school head, focal person in charge of ESAT. Number 2, IPCRF development plan. This should be from phase 2 of the RPMS cycle. And then the mid-year review form. And last one is the updated IPCRF development plan from phase 2. So for this objective, we will be weighted into 3, the quality, efficiency, and timeliness. For the quality, makakakuha tayo ng outstanding or 5 points pag nakapag-submit tayo ng updated IPCRF development plan from phase 2. Dapat makita yon sa MOVs na nasubmit natin. So, ibig sabihin, para magkaroon tayo ng updated IPCRF development plan from phase 2, dapat nagkaroon tayo ng IPCRF development plan from phase 2. Kasi anong i-update natin kung hindi natin ginawa yon sa phase 2? Okay, so pag nai-attach natin yung updated IPCRF development plan na yan, we'll get outstanding. Kung wala yon at hanggang mid-year review form lang ang na-submit natin, we'll only get 4. Kung hanggang IPCRF for satisfactory or 3 points, we set professional development goals based on ESAT results as evidenced by MOV2. So, nakapag IPCRF development plan tayo during phase 2 based sa na-accomplish natin na self-assessment tool. Okay, so we only get 3 points. We get 2 points naman kung yung ESAT lang ang na-accomplish natin and we were not able to submit all the other 3 evidences. And we'll get 1 kung wala sa 4 ang na-submit natin or we weren't able to submit any of those 4. Okay? For the efficiency, makakakuha tayo ng 5 points kung nakapag-submit tayo ng lahat ng 4. 4 points kung 3 lang sa kanila, 2 points kung 2 lang, and 3 points kung 2 lang, and 2 points kung 1 lang, and 1 point kung wala tayong na-submit. For the timeliness, dito na tayo magkakatalo-talo. So sabi, makakuha tayo ng 5 points if all 4 submitted MOVs were accomplished within the prescribed RPMS phase. Okay. Paano tayo makakuha ngayon ng 5 points? Lumabas nga yung ating guidelines ay 3rd quarter na of the school year. Yung ESAT dapat yun 2 weeks after start of class. So, hindi na tayo, wala na sa RPMS phase yon. And yung mid-year review form, dapat ginagawa yon mid-year. Kalalabas lang nung ating guidelines ng mid-year. So, yon. Depende po sa magiging usapan within your school, yung tinatawag nating local arrangement, if the approving authority or the waiter would give us 5 points kung na-accomplish natin itong mga to kahit na sa hindi prescribed RPMS phase, considering na wala na tayo talaga sa prescribed RPMS phase. Okay? So, yun. Depende po sa magiging usapan within your school. But it should be understandable naman in fairness kasi nga late now lumabas yung ating guidelines. Siguro this will be applicable next school year kasi meron na tayong guidelines for the next 2 more school years. Okay? So, in fact, as of today, wala pang lumalabas nga na ESAT So, paano natin magagawa pa yung 3? Yung ESAT nga wala. I'm not sure sa ibang division kung meron na kayong ESAT ha. But as of now, wala pa akong nakikita. Kailan ba yung sinasabing prescribed RPMS phase? According to DepEd Memorandum Number 008, a series of 2022 to 2023, with this multi-year guidelines for RPMS PPST, ang ating self-assessment tool, which is the ESAT, should come during the phase 1 of the RPMS cycle. And that means that it is on the 1st to 2nd month of the 1st quarter. Ayan. di ibig sabihin mga ano yun, August, September. August, September of last year. Lumabas si guidelines February na of this year. So late na tayo sa self-assessment tool, pati na rin sa Individual Performance Commitment and Review Form o yung ating IPCRF Development Plan for Phase 2. So kung pagbabasihan natin tong guidelines, super late na tayo. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, it depends on the arrangement of your within the localization of your school. Depende po sa magiging usapan kung pagbibigyan tayo na magkaroon ng 5 points with all this consideration, okay? And then we have here the mid-year review form, which should be on the phase 2 of the RPMS cycle. So yung mid-year review form, it should be within the 5th to 6th month of the school year. During the mid-year break, yan. Noon pa lang lumabas yung ating di ba? Yung ating bagong guidelines. So this is not possible as well. So depende na rin uli sa magiging usapan. And then the finalization of individual development plan, ito na yung update na natin yung ating IPCRF IDP from the phase 2. So this will be at least a week after scheduled graduation. So yun yung 4 na requirements para sa objective na to. Now, this is the self-assessment tool. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, hanggang ngayon, wala pa namang bumababa na ESAT or Electronic Self-Assessment Tool. Hindi ko lang po alam sa ibang division. Please comment down below kung sa division nyo meron na kayong ESAT. Kung na-providean na kayo ni ICT coordinator ng ESAT na maa-accomplish. In fact, madami po kasing nagtatanong sa akin kung meron daw akong ESAT. Sabi ko, ang ESAT hindi ko kayang i-provide kasi nga, this comes from Department of Education, binababa within the division. Tapos, bawat division po, merong mga security link yan para sa consolidation. So, kino-consolidate po from the division office ang lahat ng mga data and information gathered within the schools of all teachers within the school. So, may mga security link po yan. Kaya, mahirap pong gumawa niyan. Kung meron kayong nababalitaan, meron ako nakikita sa YouTube, ESAT available for download. Ako naman, si Uto-Uto, si download. Pag na-download mo na, wala na, hindi mo na ma-open dahil sa security link. Meron sa Google, papakita sa'yo, ESAT for school year 2022 to 2023. Buksan mo at pagbukas mo, 2020 to 2021 pa siya or 21 to 22 nung mga nakaraang school year pa. So wala talaga akong makita. Kaya wala akong ma-share. Pero dahil kailangan na nating i-accomplish to at nasa objective 40 na tayo, I decided to create a self-assessment tool, hindi electronic self-assessment tool kasi hindi po ito automated. Okay? Ang ginawa ko po, gumawa ako ng self-assessment tool base sa template ng mga nakaraang self-assessment tool natin. Tapos, binago ko yung content, yung mga objectives base sa bagong guidelines natin. So, meron ako dito na self-assessment tool for this school year, pero in PDF form. Para magamit po natin, i-download natin yung PDF, tapos manual answering lang po muna tayo. This is only to make sure na na-accomplish natin yung self-assessment tool. Thereby, pwede natin ipakita kay ICT coordinator o sa ating school head na meron na tayo na na-accomplish natin to para makahingi tayo ng certification that we have accomplished this. Kasi kailangan na natin itong Now, hindi ko lang po sure kung papayag ang school head within your school ng ganitong arrangement na meron tayong PDF, i-accomplish natin manually, i-accomplish natin yan at saka natin ipe-present kay school head or kay ICT para makahingi tayo ng ating certification. hindi lang para sa certification, another thing is, dito rin i-base yung ating development plan, yung IPCRF development plan. Hindi tayo makakagawa ng IPCRF development plan unless ma-accomplish natin ang ESAT or ang self-assessment tool. Dito manggagaling yung data ng development plan eh. So, kailangan payagan tayo na makapag-accomplish ng self-assessment tool kahit manual na katulad nito. Ngayon, you can ask your school head, you can ask your rater, you can ask your ICT coordinator kung pwede kayong mag-download ng PDF form nito, i-accomplish manually, ipapakita, isasubmit para makakuha ng certification at para makagawa na rin tayo ng IPCRF development plan. Otherwise, hindi tayo makakagawa ng IPCRF development plan without this self-assessment tool. So again, this is in PDF form. We have part 1, part 2, part 3, and the individual summary of the self-assessment tool available. Kung gusto nyo pong humingi ng template, I will be very much happy to share it with you. And you can ask your school, within your school, kung okay din po sa kanila yon. Okay? So, this is our self-assessment tool available. So, part 1, part 2, part 3, and the individual summary. Para din po itong yung yung ating ESAT or yung electronic. Yun nga lang, hindi ito automated. Ano po? Mahirap kasi yung automated, mahirap gumawa. It will take time. At saka isa pa, kahit gumawa ko ng automated, it will not be the same dun sa bababa galing sa division office. Mag-encode pa rin ulit tayo dun. Ba't magpapakahirap pa tayo? Di gawin na lang natin manually. Tapos pag bumaba yung galing sa division office na electronic or automated, edi transfer natin yung ating data from here. Diba? So, hindi na masyadong mahabang trabaho. Okay? So, for this, eto na, dahil nakapag-accomplish ako ng manual ng self-assessment tool at na-present ko sa school head, nakakakuha na ako ng certification from the school head na na-accomplish ko na yung ating SAT self-assessment tool, manually nga lang. And then, of course, may usapan na pag bumaba yung ESAT, i-upload ko doon yung mismong data na linagay ko dun sa aking manual self-assessment tool. Okay? So, meron na tayong certification. And another thing, dahil nakapag-accomplish na tayo ng self-assessment tool, makakagawa tayo or nakagawa na ako ng development plan for the phase 2 of the RPMS cycle. Kasi dun yun manggagaling yung ating development plan. So, speaking of development plan, so ito yung ating IPCRF development plan. We have the strength. Meron tayong dalawang part, yung functional competencies tsaka yung core behavioral competencies. So, yung functional competencies are those objectives. Yung ating mga objectives from the RPMS tool. Okay? Diyan yung manggagaling. Tapos, yung core behavioral competency is the second part or part 3 ng ating ESAT. Doon manggagaling. Ano doon yung core behavioral competency. In fact, makikita din natin yung core behavioral competency sa ating IPCRF encoding sheet. So, pamilyar na rin tayo dyan. Now, there are different columns. We have the strength. Ang strength po, sa ating IPCRF development plan, kung babalikan natin yung ating yung ating self-assessment tool, hahanapin natin doon, alin doon yung meron tayong pinakamataas na capability. Ang capability po kasi is 1, 2, 3, or 4. So, kung alin doon na pinakamataas na capability na na-check natin, yun yung ating strength. At yung pinakamababa naman na capability, yun yung ating development needs. Okay? So, ito po yung sinasabi ko, yung self-assessment tool. Ito yung PDF form na available. Dun sa ating part 3, part 2, yung ating mga objectives. So, meron tayo dyang low, moderate, high, and very high na level of capability. So, ang ilalagay po natin na strength dun sa ating IPCRF development plan is whichever that got the highest score sa level of capability. Kung meron tayo dyan na tick na very high, yun po ang ating ilalagay sa ating strength. Ibig sabihin, mataas yung ating kapasidad para sa objective na yon. So, yun yung ating strength. Ano po? Tapos, dito naman sa yung kasunod, for our development needs, ang titingnan naman natin is yung column for priority for development. Alin dyan ang pinakamababa, yung nakakuha. Kung meron dyang objective na nakakuha ka ng low, yun yung ilalagay natin sa needs for development. Ano po? Kasi kailangan natin ng development. Kung wala kang low dyan, ang pinakamababa mo moderate, di yung moderate ang ilalagay natin. Ano po? So, yun po yung linagay ko dito sa aking development plan. So, meron akong dalawang objective sa functional competencies that I got the very high or 4. Yun yung linagay ko sa strength. Tapos, may tatlo naman akong nakuha na low sa development needs. Mind you, ito po ay during phase 1, yung ating IPCRF development plan. Ano po? So, ibig sabihin, start of the school year pa lang to. So, ibig sabihin, wala pa tayong masyadong na-accomplish technically. So, marami pa tayong kailangang development. Okay, so ganyan po yung ating IPCRF development plan for phase 2. So, ganun din po sa core behavioral competencies. Ano pong core behavioral competencies? Ang sa tingin nyo ay malakas kayo? Depende po dun sa ating naging answer sa ating self-assessment tool. At alin po yung kailangan ng development? Saan po kayo naging mahina doon? Okay? Tapos, lalagyan lang natin sa action plan, lalagyan natin ang learning objective. Siyempre, ang magiging objective natin based dun sa development needs. Halimbawa, ang kailangan kong development participated in a collegial discussion that use teacher and learner feedback to enrich teaching practice. Siyempre, dahil umpisa pa lang ng school year, wala pa tayong masyadong collegial discussion na nagagawa for the school year. Kaya, kailangan ko ng development doon. So, ang learning objective ko is to be able to gain more collegial discussion or to be able to join with more collegial discussion para sa school year na to. So, ang intervention dyan, I can suggest, initiate, and attend collegial discussion. Yun yung intervention. Paano mo ma-accomplish or ma-develop yung objective na yon. Yun yung anong intervention ang kailangan mong gawin. So, the timeline, siyempre, kailangan natin ng isa per quarter. This should be for the entire school year. So, August 2022 to June 2023. So, ganun lang po ang gagawin natin. Ano po sa ating IPCRF development plan. Next one is the mid-year review form. So, meron naman tayong, actually, wala pa rin bumababang mid-year review form na automated, na galing sa DepEd. Kaya meron tayong available na PDF form ng mid-year review form ready for download. So, ang gagawin nyo lang po dito, ipiprint nyo lang po yung PDF form. Tapos, during your mid-year review with your rater, i-accomplish nyo lang po yun. Susulat nyo lang po din yung inyong rating, tapos yung remarks nyo, rating ni observer, remarks ni observer, and then final remarks. Ano? So, kung yung pong mismong na-accomplish nyo na mid-year review form, i-screenshot nyo lang po yun or take a picture of it. Yun po magiging attachment nyo. So, syempre, kailangan may signature yon ni rater, at ni approving authority para maging valid. Ano? And of course, the last one is the updated IPCRF development plan. Ang updated IPCRF development plan po ay ginagawa 2 weeks before graduation, sabi dun sa ating guidelines. Pero for the sake of this discussion, nagawa na ako. Siyempre, advance ako mag-isip eh. So, para lang maipakita ko sa inyo. So, wala po tayong ibang pagkukuhanan ng ating updated IPCRF-DP kundi yung ginawa natin during phase 2. Ibig sabihin, i-improve lang po natin. Kasi yung ating unang IPCRF-DP ay ginawa natin during the mid-year, kung saan wala pa tayong masyadong na-accomplish sa ating RPMS portfolio. So, itong updated IPCRF-DP, dapat by this time, tapos na ang ating RPMS portfolio. So, ibig sabihin, na-accomplish na natin. So, ano yung mga naging update sa ating development plan? Dahil nagawa na natin yung mga bagay na yon. So, for this updated development plan, sa strength, pwedeng madagdagan yan. Kasi pwedeng nagkaroon pa tayo ng improvement. 'Di ba? So, pwedeng madagdagan 'yan, pero hindi pwedeng mabawasan. Dapat nag-improve tayo, hindi dapat tayo na bumaba or na ang tawag din na demote. For the development needs, dapat mababawasan 'yan, 'di ba? So, 'yan nabawasan na 'yung aking development needs kasi ibig sabihin nag-improve tayo eh. Tapos na 'yung school year eh. Dapat nagawa na natin 'yung mga intervention na ating pre-propose sa ating action plan, 'di ba? So kaya dapat wala na yung mga development needs. May matira man na isa, we will do that for the next school year. So after this school year, we realize na itong aspect na to, kailangan pa rin natin talaga ng development. So, kailangan nating magkaroon ng intervention para sa susunod na school year na yon. So, yung ating timeline mababago na for the next school year na. So, yun yung updated development plan natin. So, hindi ito mahirap gawin kasi nga, ginawa na natin yung development plan, i-update lang natin. After the school year, ano na yung mga naging development, ano na yung mga naging update tungkol sa ating development plan, okay? So, that is our updated IPCRF. We are now ready for our IPCRF rating computation. So, kung nakapag-update tayo ng IPCRF development plan from phase 2, we get 5 points for the quality. Kasi yun lang naman ang hinahanap para makakuha tayo ng 5 points. Tapos, makakakuha tayo ng 5 points for efficiency kung nakapag-submit tayo ng all 4 required documents. And 5 points for the timeliness if all 4 submitted MOVs were accomplished within the prescribed RPMS cycle, which is not possible for this school year kasi nga bago lang lumabas yung ating guidelines. So, it will depend on your local arrangement. Kung hindi papayag ang ating mga superiors, then we will surely get lower score here. Definitely. Okay? Pero, ayan nga, kung lumabas naman siya ng maaga, we'd surely accomplish it during the prescribed RPMS cycle, which we're going to do next school year. Okay? So, ayan na po. We are now ready to transfer our MOVs sa ating RPMS portfolio. So, ito na yung ating RPMS portfolio, objective number 14. Meron na tayong ESAT certification, IPCRF DFIP from phase 2. Andiyan na rin ang ating major review form and ang ating IPCRF development plan from phase 2. And this is our annotation. For this objective, I got rating of 5 for quality because I have submitted my updated IPCRF DP from the phase 2 of the RPMS cycle. I also got 5 points for the efficiency because I was able to submit all required MOVs for this objective. And another 5 points for the timeliness as I have accomplished the submitted documents within the prescribed RPMS phase. With that, we are now ready to encode sa ating IPCRF encoding sheet. Ayan, dalawa na lang, objective 40 na tayo. Pagkatapos nito, isa na lang. So, we have 5 points quality, 5 points efficiency, and 5 points for the timeliness. Mag-a-appear na yan dito sa ating part 1 and sa ating summary. Ayan, meron na tayong score for objective 14. Ba't naging 13 yan? 14 yan. Ayan, ayusin na natin habang nandito. Okay, and that's it for our objective number 14. Ayan, o diba? Ang dali lang matapos ng objective 14. Ang medyo mahirap lang dun talaga yung kung na-accomplish natin within the prescribed RPMS phase. Kasi malabo naman talaga. So, I would suggest na you talk to your rater, you talk to your approving authority, anong gagawin doon para makakuha tayo ng highest possible score. Kasi kung titingnan natin, kung i-base natin sa guidelines, there is no way na makakakuha tayo ng 5 points doon. Kasi lumabas siya, third quarter na di ba? O paano natin ma-accomplish yung pang first quarter? So, it will depend on your local arrangement po para makakuha tayo ng highest possible score. Anyway, di man tayo makakuha ng highest possible score for the timeliness alone lang ng Objective 14, hindi natin masyado mararamdaman yun considering na lahat from Objective 1 to Objective 13, puro 5 points tayo dyan, So, okay lang po yun. But then again, the templates are still available if you want to avail those templates that I have posted in this video. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel, take a screenshot of your subscription, and send the screenshot and your request sa ating Facebook page. Ayan, huwag niyo kalimutang mag-like po at mag-follow no ating Facebook page bago kayo mag-request. Thank you so much. Ayan. And please hit that like button kung nagustuhan niyo muli itong video na to. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell to bell all. Ayan, mag-bell all tayo para hindi tayo malagpasan ng mga video na to. Thank you so much po. And yes, don't forget to put comment po. Ayan, mag-comment tayo, magkumpleto tayo ng comment mula Objective 1 hanggang Objective 15 para tayo ay maka-avail ng ating free PMS portfolio complete with the sample MOVs and annotation. And it is all editable po para pwede nyo palitan ng yung pangalan and everything. Okay? Thank you so much. God bless everyone. And let us always be a blessing to each one of us. Thank you. Bye-bye.